Welcome back to another episode of our latest segment titled 1v1, where we highlight the coach, the athletic director, current players, and former players. Today, we got another special guest, Coach Ty Cass out of Withrow. How you doing, brother? Appreciate you. So, I know most interviews, they usually start off asking questions, so I'm going to do it a little different here.
Okay.
Give me some of your time. I'm going to start off reading off your accolades to you. So we know 17-year coaching experience. All right. We know you spent time with Warner Hills, Aiken, now Withrow, now Healthy as well. Noticing that you are a director or putting together a bunch of programs for the youth when it comes to their grades or the athletic part as well. 5 sectional appearances, 2 district titles, 1 regional, 1 Final Four. 2019 Cincinnati Enquirer named you Coach of the Year.
Yes, sir.
I want to give you your flowers first before I get the question.
I appreciate it.
Because I appreciate you, man, giving me your time, and I just think it's special. Because everything I just read off, man, not only is it rare, but it's special because I'm all for watching people lift the youth, right? So to see somebody doing that, I just wanted to read back to you. Sometimes we don't really understand what we're doing in real time. I'm sure you done been embraced plenty of times, but that's really what this platform is about.
I appreciate you, man.
So I appreciate you for giving me the time.
Yes, sir.
So what's going on with you, Coach Ty?
Man, just working, man. Like you said, I'm at Withrow right now. Looking to get back into the head coaching game and spread my wings and continue to grow and try to develop myself, and more importantly, develop these young men. So yeah, that's just what I'm doing right now. You know, off-season work. Got a son playing AAU. Just really trying to get back into it and get ready for the summer.
Right. Okay, so AAU, how old is your son, if you don't mind me asking?
He's 15. He was a freshman at Withrow this year. Played JV.
Okay.
Caden Ball.
Okay. Looking forward to seeing him play. Let me just pump the brakes a little bit. So I want to ask you, so let me know, coaching for you, how did it all start? Take me back to the very first moment where it became like obvious for you, like, hey, this is what I need to do.
Honestly, I wanted to coach since I was in high school. You know, I'm not very tall, wasn't very athletic, but I could think the game. So I always knew that I wanted to be around the game. So I kind of knew since high school, and then once I got to college, played 3 years at college ball, and you know, it's more detailed in college. You know, it's more in tune with the scouting. So I really took a liking to that, and as soon as I got out of school, I was lucky enough to get on at Warner Hills. My older brother, Mike Brown, he knew somebody, Callahan, that knew the head coach at the time, and I got on as a freshman assistant. I was 23 years old, so yeah.
Hopped in the game at 23. What was the mind state then hopping in opposed to how you view yourself now mentally coaching-wise? Like, what approach?
Well, I think the one thing that's different is just now I had the experience. I had the growth. I came into the game just looking to be a sponge. I wanted to know as much as possible. I wanted to know how everything moved. I wanted to know how to be a better coach. So I kind of took that approach. Like I said, I took a 9th grade assistant job, and then the year after that, I was an 8th grade head coach. And then the year after that, I was a JV coach when I got to Aiken. So my mindset was just always to continue to get better, but I had some great teachers, some great mentors, and I kind of took off. So I was blessed for that. But now I'm just trying to get to a spot where I can really put my feet down and really put my imprint on the program and be there for a while. So that's my approach now. I'm looking for more longevity. I'm looking to really be there for a while and build something special.
Okay, so 17 years to me, when I hear that, that's longevity. I mean, that don't just happen by, overnight or just coincidence. So that's dope to read. Kind of want to bounce around. I want to go straight to that Final Four appearance.
Okay.
All right, now it's a different type of question, so it might seem a little off. Right?
Yeah.
So take me back, 10 seconds winding down, right? Well, let's go final minute. Let me know what's going through the mind state of a coach that's galvanizing troops to try to make it to state. That moment, like you hear the crowd roaring, all of that. I need to know what's going through the coach's mind.
Well, at the time, I was the varsity assistant coach, so I was the second in command. My head coach, Leon Ellison, my mentor, he was the head coach, but we worked hand in hand together. It was a lot going on. So I remember during that moment, we were only up 1 or 2 points, and I'm yelling at Coach Leon to go zone because Taft had went on an amazing run to cut the lead down. They had all the momentum, so I'm over there. Coach, we gotta go zone. We gotta go zone. Get out of it. Get out of it. And this is what I learned from that moment. He stayed man to man, and he stuck to his guns. He wasn't a zone guy. He trusted his guys, and he made sure that he did it his way. So he stayed man to man, and we end up getting a block. I think we end up getting a block at the buzzer, dang near, to go to the Final Four. Carleigh Jones was special that game. Lonnie Berry was special that game. Marcus Barton hit some big threes. Isaiah and Samante did their part with the rebound and the guard. So it was just an amazing moment because that's the pinnacle. You know, of course everybody wants to win a state championship, but we made it to the regional final and won. So it was amazing.
I mean, that is amazing, right? So I guess if I can kind of put that to the side, even though that's tough, if you had to reach, what would be your highest moment other than that run? Whether it's with a player, a relationship with a coach, you know, what would be the highest moment for you?
You know, I think there's a couple, but the one for me that sticks out is when I was the head coach at Aiken in 2019. We went 20-7. We made a regional appearance, Sweet 16. Being in Dayton and cutting down those nets with my guys, with our guys. You know, it was a team that came to Aiken to play for me. It was a team that I had for a couple of years, and we did it together. We grew together. First year, 8 wins. Second year, 14 wins. Third year, we take off. So that would be the pinnacle of my coaching career. And then also coaching my son. I got an older son, Robbie Cass. He was a heck of a player. 3 years at Aiken, 1 year at Mount Healthy. And just taking that ride with him his senior year, you know, 1,000-point score, breaking school records. So those 2 things would stick out the most to me.
That's amazing. Definitely highlighting you saying your son, 1,000-point score. Shout out to you. And that's standing out for me because I got a little 8-year-old right now. So when I hear that, that's where my mind, I'm looking forward to that. Just to pivot a little bit the other direction though, what would be your lowest?
Man, my lowest would be my tenure at Mount Healthy. I'm Mount Healthy alum. I went to Mount Healthy from kindergarten to the 8th grade. Kindergarten to the 12th grade. So all the way up, 13 years. I fell in love with Mount Healthy when Coach Ralph Lee, that coached my older brother, was the coach. I was the little bitty ball boy. And all I wanted to do was be the head coach of Mount Healthy. Everything we talked about, all those district titles, all the coaching at 23, it was to take it back home and do it at Mount Healthy. Because I'm from there, you know. So when I got there, and then I was able to bring my son with me, you know, it started off very, very well, and then it just kind of took a nosedive. So, and it's funny you asked me that question. I just was thinking about this the other day. That was the first time I really failed. You know what I mean? Like, and I would consider that tenure a failure, but also it was a learning experience, you know. Right. So my lowest moment would have been my 2 years as the head coach at Mount Healthy. There's many circumstances that I could go into, but I'm gonna stand on mine and take responsibility. And that was on me. That was my failure, and that was my lowest moment.
Sure, at least you're honest about it. I just want to say, from my standpoint, all failures ain't failures. You know, like you kind of stepped on. You know, when you can look back and you turn it into what that was, and you know where you started from. I feel like that's what's important. Even just to share that as a teachable moment. If you had to describe your style of coaching, one word, what would it be?
Passion.
Now, we know how it's a different era today with these kids, right? Than it was, right? Not like we 55, 60, 70 years, you know, but What I want to ask is, with passion being the style, is it something that you would consider easy to buy into for these players? Like, is it something they receive well, or is it usually you gotta battle it with them, or how's that part of it?
I'll say that if a kid wants to be great or a kid has greatness in them, they would love to play for a coach like me. If a kid is just at basketball practice to be at basketball practice and they're not trying to get the best life experience out of it, they're probably not going to like me very much. Because I'm going to be on everything that you do. I'm going to ride you. I'm going to make sure you're getting there on time. I'm going to make sure you got on the right uniform. I'm going to make sure you're touching the line. Like, I'm going to really put an imprint on all the details, because that's how you win. And that's how I was taught, that's how I was coached, and that's all I know.
That's amazing. I've seen that you organized, you put together, I spoke on it in the very beginning, as far as the grades, checking on their grades, making sure everything's up to par with that. We know the sport is amazing, but you don't see a lot of people lead. Now, I know obviously you got to make grades to play, but just to see people, a person in your position, be that for them, I want to give you flowers even more for that. But I also want to know, how is that part? What is that in you that's always been in you to just instill that in the youth? Or
well, for me, basketball is an extension of the classroom. High school basketball is an extension of the classroom. So I believe that all high school students should aspire to do something after high school, whether that's go to school or get a trade. So my job is to try to prepare them for that. So if you don't have good grades, if you're not handling your business in the classroom, then you're not going to be able to handle your business on the court, and then you're not going to be able to handle your business in your day-to-day life. So for me, it's just setting that discipline and structure in their life. Like, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do what we have to do so we can do what we want to do. So weekly grade checks for me were mandatory. We had study table 3 to 4 times a week, depending on what's going down. And before I shut practice down, their grades not looking right. I got my AD on my butt. I got teachers emailing me and calling me. All right, we just gonna shut it down and have study tables. So I just think that the classroom in sports is just a way to teach the kids life. That's all I'm really trying to do, is just let them know that you got to handle business first.
And that's what's amazing to me, because you'll see a lot of people either leaving it out or, I guess, misleading, one of the two. So just to see you structuring it with that is amazing to me, man. One other thing I wanted to ask you, impact-wise, right? So what's the narrative going to be as far as who you was as a coach, impact-wise?
What I'm
outside your own body, right?
Yeah.
You don't got to be humble. You don't got to be. I want to know, what's the narrative on Coach Cass when it's all said and done?
Man, I would like the narrative to be that I worked my butt off, and I love these kids, and I love this game, and I dedicated my life to it. That's it. You're going to win games, you're going to lose games, things aren't going to fall your way. But, when it's all said and done, they'd be like, man, yeah, Coach Cass, he cared about those kids. Coach Cass, he worked hard, man. He was over there fiery. His teams played hard. For me, in the lifelong relationships, that's what it's about for me.
That's amazing, man. All right, so I'm gonna take the foot off the gas off. Take my foot off the gas. Give me your NBA Finals prediction. East, West, who coming out?
East, West, man. The West, I'm LBJ. I'm Bron to the death of me. So I'm gonna go Lakers. I'm gonna go Lakers, Celtics. I think we're gonna get a good old fashioned 80s rumble, and I got LBJ getting his 5th one.
Look, I converted to LeBron this year, right? I've been arguing with the cameraman about LeBron. The debate. My team just got eliminated. We didn't even make it. I'm a Warrior fanatic, man. Yeah. But it's all good. I'm gonna ride with LeBron too. I'm gonna trust you, man. Is that what it's gonna be? Lakers, Celtics? I'm gonna go. I can't go Lakers. I can't. I think Denver might get back in there. I don't even know how or why, but it's fried to me how it's gonna go down.
That's an easy
Then who out? I don't really see the Celtics. They record, but it's like they always smoke. If they don't smoke, maybe they handle business this year, man. I'm upset because the Warriors got dumped, so it's all good. But I did want to know that. what else do I want to dive into? I wanted to get your opinion on the AAU atmosphere, right? Alright, so on the AAU side, good. Alright, just want to talk a little bit about AAU. So now, in today's current play, is it more competitive high school level? Not necessarily younger yet, youth. Is it more competitive in the AAU circuit than it is high school, or is it balanced, or what's the?
I think AAU at the highest level, real AAU, I think is more competitive than high school, because at the elite level AAU, you're going to have a mixture of the best players from all around the state or all around a region on the same team. Where in high school, for the most part, you may have one or two, but you may just have a solid kid that may not end up going to college. He just playing basketball. So I think at the highest level, real AAU, and all my basketball heads know what I mean, it is more competitive at that level.
So I was talking to a parent that was telling me they would hold their kid out of high school basketball and push through AAU. Is that a smart approach, or is that something that goes on, or is that?
I disagree with that approach. I think you need both.
Making sure I wasn't crazy.
Because how it really works is AAU is where they will see you showcase your skills, because it's a more free flowing game. It's more up and down kind of. They simplify it and let the kids show off their talents. Then they want to come see you play underneath that structure of the high school, because a high school game is more like a college game. Like I said earlier, college is very detailed. You got to be precise. So they want to see you under that structure, high school, and then they'll make their decision about the recruiting.
Oh, so really, you should have said it in reverse. Keep them off the. Well, not necessarily.
No, I think you need both. Now, I've heard of both, where a kid just played AAU and he got on, and a kid just played high school and got on. But I think the mixture of both is what really sets you apart.
I was just wondering. I just had a conversation with somebody about that. Anything you want to leave our viewers with as far as game influence? I want you to touch on education real quick. Mm-hmm. Let them know how important it is to handle their business in the classroom. One more time.
Man, I think it's vital. Myself, I'm a student right now too. I'm finishing up my master's in July. I'm gonna get my I'm finishing my bachelor's in July. I'm gonna be getting my master's in the next 18 months. But it's vital. It opens up doors, even for entrepreneurs. You need that bachelor's degree to be an administrator on your own business. So a lot of people don't know certain things like that. So for me, I try to push all kids to go to college, get out right away, finish when you're 22, and then do whatever it is you want to do. And then you always have that piece of paper to fall back on, because myself, like I said, I'm a soon-to-be college graduate, but I started so early and I had so much experience, and I'm in education as a paraprofessional. I was able to use that lane to get in. But if education is what I want to do, coaching is what I want to do, then I got to get those pieces of paper behind my name. So I think it's very vital for kids to take their education very seriously. Life happens. If you're a young adult and you stop going to college, find a way to get back in. It's online, it's hybrid, it's in person. Education is really the key, because it can open up plenty of doors.
Appreciate that, man. That's an important game. We don't want to just think, like I said at the beginning when we was talking, the sport is amazing, but everything else that you bring into the table, that's what the Flyers for me is for, man. Let them know where they can find you at on your social media platforms.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, man. I'm on Twitter, X, CoachCast5. I'm on there talking sports. Instagram more posting my family and my kids, but I'm always watching. I'm always on there. Hit me up.
Yeah, stay tuned, man. This is another dope episode from the 1v1 segment, man. Until next time, y'all stay safe out there.
Peace.